This is the Deep Sky Stacker. It's a freeware program, and this is version 3.3.2. And the first thing we're going to do is to open the picture files that we want to process. So we go to Open Picture Files, and we have some images here. We're going to process some oxygen 3 filters of the Crab Nebula. So first we open them. When I open my images, I like to right away check them all, because you need to check these little boxes to make sure you want to do these images. So I check all of them already. The darks and flats and dark flats are checked automatically for some reason. So then we go load up our dark files. We click on them. We get our dark files here. So we open the dark files. See, they already checked. And then we go to flat files. Now when we open flat files, they're very specific to the filter that we're using. As an example, when we do oxygen 3, we need to have oxygen 3 flats. So we open them, and then we get some dark flat files. Now these are only 10 seconds. This is how long it took me to image the flat files. And so while I was doing that, I must have picked up some noise as well. So these are dark flats for 10 seconds. We load them all up. And so we are ready to go. And now what we want to do is to go to Register Checked Pictures. Say Stack after registering. So we're going to do that. We're going to select the best 100% of pictures. We've already checked the pictures. We think that they're well guided. The stars look nice and round. So we don't need to, do only 80% of the best pictures. We're going to do 100%, but we can choose that. What percentage of the images we want to collect and process. So then we go to stacking parameters, and the results are going to be standard. We're now making a mosaic. And so then we go to lights, and these are our images. We're going to use median here, median filter. Then we're going to go to darks, again median, and then we're going to go to flats, again median. Alignment, we'll use automatic alignment. Intermediate files, right now we don't need any intermediate files, and so we'll take this check mark off. Then we go to cosmetic, and I turn everything on cosmetic, and it says 2 pixels. I'm not sure if we go down to 1 pixel it'll be better or worse, but maybe we'll check that later. So I turned on use all available processors. This is a 7 computer, so we have 8 processors to use. And then the output, I'll just let it autosave. So a file name autosave.tiff is going to be saved for me in the folder that I'm using. So in oxygen 3, I'm going to end up with an autosave file. That would be the result. It's a 32-bit image. So then we'll start the program, and we say go, go, go. We check everything, make sure everything looks good. We say OK. So now it's going to subtract the dark frames, do our flats and dark flats, and then once that's done, it's going to save under autosave. So the results came back, and this is my results. It's automatically saved, so all I need to do is to go to the folder. Now it allows you to do some processing here. You can change your histogram, but I normally take this to Photoshop. It's a 32-bit image, so I'm going to convert it to a 16-bit image in Photoshop. When I'm done, I have a 16-bit image to process. Now we go to the folder where we took the images for oxygen 3, and we see there's an autosave.tiff. Okay, now we're going to go and process our sulfur pictures as an example, the next set of lights. So what we have to look at is the oxygen that we just developed we look at the scores, we can see the score on this one is the highest, 212. So that's the best picture amongst the oxygen. We right click and we decide to make this the reference frame. So all the other frames are going to be registered with this frame in mind. And now that we've done this, a star appears here. That asterisk is telling us that's our reference frame. So we're going to unclick these because we don't want to add it to the oxygen, to the sulfur filters. So we're going to take this out of the action, and these two old pictures that are oxygen we're going to remove from the list altogether. We don't need it. That one picture that we have with the asterisk, we're going to use that. Now the darks are good. The darks are filter independent. So we're going to go to the flats and remove all the flats so that we can bring in our sulfur flats. So we'll also remove them from the list. The dark flats are still good. They're good for all the flats. So the dark and dark flats, they stay. We're going to bring in our light pictures and also our flats. So we go and open picture files. So here's our sulfur filters. So we're going to load all the sulfur pictures. These are all lights. And of course we're going to make sure that we have checked them all. So these are our new lights. They're going to be registered according to what the oxygen filter look like. Now we're going to go and load our flats. So we go to flat files. Here's our sulfur filters. These are flats. So they've been taken with a sulfur filter. We open them. We automatically get this check marks. So we are ready to go again. And all we're going to do is register the pictures. See, everybody's happy. These are stack parameters that we already set for the oxygen. We're going to use the same for the sulfur. We just say OK, and we're ready to go. Everything looks good. And we say OK, let's do it. So after a while, an image is going to be saved. And this image is going to be saved as an autosave again, but it's going to be numbered autosave 1. So we have to kind of think about which autosave is which. The first autosave was oxygen, the second autosave was sulfur, the third autosave is going to be for hydrogen alpha. And that's it. We're done. Everything is happy, ready to go. Of course, we have to do the same thing we did for sulfur also for hydrogen alpha, and in a few minutes everything is saved.